Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I am picking up right where I left off in a game of 2d6 Dungeon. My hero's name is Bryke. He's level 1. He's down to 8 health. He's got 31 XP. And in the last video, if you didn't watch it, you should probably go back and do that. But in the last video, I found a long leather jacket. I've added that to my armor here. It blocks on a primary 3 and a secondary 2. So now I have a secondary block, and the leather coat takes 1 damage off. So I've used that with these dice down here on the bottom row to represent how much damage will be saved. I also rolled that there are 2 unlocked wooden doors in this dungeon. Sometimes, I didn't mention this in the last video, but sometimes the doors that you roll it'll say random. And if that's the case, if you go to the level 1 table page on page 33, it will tell you exit type, table 1, page 35, which is usually the next page right after the index. So here I would roll 2d6 and it would tell me what kind of doors I've encountered, and then I have to roll to see if they're locked or unlocked. But in this case, this large room told me that they were wooden doors, so I didn't have to roll for the type of door. So now what I want to do is I want to explore. I could go back to the entry room and go this way, but I've found 2 doors, and I think I want to go through one. I'm going to go through the north one here, the one I usually do north this way. Let's go ahead and roll to see where this door goes. All right, anytime you roll a 1 on one of the dice, remember you roll 2, this is the X axis, this is the Y. It tells you that it's a corridor. This is a one block wide corridor, and it goes 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Now corridors don't have doors unless they start from 1. But what they do have on any exits they have an archway. Now you still roll for how many exits are on a corridor. So we'll do that. I rolled a 5, so there's 2 exits. Normally I count the one that it's coming from as 1. So in this case, there's another one up here, and I draw a half circle to indicate that's an archway that I don't have to go through a door. So we'll keep moving. Let's keep going. Here we go. I rolled a 4x3 room, x-axis, y-axis. Now, what I could do is you can draw it however it fits. Right now, I can fit it any way I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2, 3, 4, and it goes up 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you'll notice I don't draw the entire room. I just draw the corners of it. And that's because I want to know how many exits there are. There are 4 is 2 exits. So what I'll do is I'll put 1 here and 1 here, and I can seal this. And there's my room. Now this is going to be room number 2, and it is a 4-3 that I rolled. We take the book, we go to page 40, actually 42 probably. It's a regular room. Level 1 rooms is on page 42. All right, now this is spread across 2 charts. Sometimes it goes to the next page. You just have to look. But this says level 1 room, level 1 room. What you do is you roll 2 dice, 2 different colors, or roll a primary and then roll your secondary if you don't have different colored dice. I rolled a 3-4. A 3-4. I wrote down 4-3. That was the size of the room. This is what I meant to write down. 3-4. This tells you where you look. So I come down here to 3 for the primary, 4. This is a prayer room. Is it unique? Yes, it is unique. So I put a big U there to indicate unique. The exits are curtains. So the curtains have a little wavy symbol, but they're not locked. So you can move through them easy. All right, so for the prayer room, read the text so it tells you a little flavor. To one side is a wall-mounted symbol above a small altar and cushion. So I'm just going to place an altar over here. I usually don't draw a lot of detail in my room, but a lot of people love making their maps. So I'm showing you that you can take the descriptions and do that. Now, Under the encounter column, you read the text. It says roll a d6. On a 1 to 4, you roll on L1R. That means there's an encounter. After you search the room, and if you survive, roll on RATT1. Okay, roll a d6. On a 1 to 4, we have an encounter. 5, there is no encounter. So I search the room, and it says if you survive, and if you after you search the room and if you survive, roll on RATT1. You know what? Surviving doesn't have. This is a weird world. I have always taken this as if you survive, meaning that you had an encounter. And the reason being is RATT1 is religious artifact. And I take that as that the person you were fighting was carrying it. Because the enemy, L1R, if you look that up, it's going to be a religious enemy. A level 1, L1R is it's on the next page. An L1R is a level 1 religious enemy. So you could read that as, hey, I survived, there was no encounter, and get your artifact, but I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to play by the spirit, which I think the spirit of the game is, it says, and survive. Well, you survive all the time, but if you fight an enemy and survive, you get the treasure. All right, so this room is done. No encounter, no treasure, nothing like that. I've got curtains. Let's keep going to the north. One of the things I like to do is I'll either go counterclockwise or clockwise because I like to come around and return where I am in case I need to flee the dungeon. I could. Now there's different ways to get out of the dungeon, and we'll get to that. Let's see where this leads. It leads to a 3x6 room. So this will be 3 this way. I'm going to put it up against this wall and up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, I frame the room. How many exits? 5 is 2 exits. That seems to be the pattern here. 1, 2. Now you'll notice I'm drawing in the corridors wherever I kind of feel like it. It's optional. You can also, there are rules on page 14, step number 8. There's a random way to determine where the doors are located. It just, to me, it slows me down. It says optionally, so you don't have to roll for where they are. You can just place them as best you can. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in this area so you'll be able to see it on my map a little better. I just fill it in because there's no secret doors, no doors that could lead into here. So this area is all stone. All right, we have room number 3. And we need to roll for what is in this room. So again, page 42 for a level 1 room. Page 40 is the large room. That's when the room is larger than 32 squares, like this one. So let's see what is in this room. That is a 5-3. 5-3 is a holding cell. And the holding cell is not unique, and it has reinforced doors. So the reinforced symbol is it looks like the wood one, but it has a line going through it, so it looks like a plus. And let's see, are these locked? You roll a d6, a 3, it says unlocked. So they are also unlocked. Level 1 of the dungeon is, prime pickings for a thief. No locked doors so far. Now let's see what's in here. 5-3 says, part of this room has been sectioned off with wooden bars to create a cell. So you could draw a cell in here of bars, put some trash on the floor, things like that. But more importantly, it says, roll a d6. On a 1 to 4, there is a prisoner here. There is no prisoner. If there had been, you roll ENP1. That will tell you what kind of prisoner. And then it says after, roll on IAUT1. Now, again, this is worded in a way that you could roll on IAUT1. It says, roll a d6. 1 to 4, there's a prisoner. Roll on ENP1. After, roll on IAUT. I don't know whether that implies after you check the prisoner or after you roll for what the prisoner is, you roll on IAUT1. The reason I'm going to make the decision I am is if you come back here to IAUT1, it's an interrupt and unexpected. So because it's unexpected, it's like there's no prisoner here, but there is a surprise. This is on page 36. Now, if somebody knows the true answer to this, let me know, but I'm just playing it as I can. Interruptions and unexpected, level 1. Again, you roll a green and a red, or roll your 2 dice. A 6-5. All the way down here, a 6-5. There is a tall cabinet standing to one side. So we'll put a cabinet here. Its doors are thick and heavy, and as you pull it open, it tips over. Roll 2d6 and add your discipline. My discipline is, I believe it's just 1. Let me see, what was it? I think it's just 1. My discipline is +1, so roll 2d6 and add 1. That's 6, so 7. If you roll over 7, you avoid the falling cabinet. It says over 7. I rolled 7, so it did hit me. Otherwise, it bashes you and you lose 2 hit points. So I'm down to 6. I really need a healing potion. All right. So yeah, I went over and I looked at this. Whether there's a prisoner in the room or not, it wouldn't affect this tall cabinet. So that's why I choose to roll for it. Again, you have to read them and sort of interpret it and try to figure out what the spirit of the writing is. Now, I've got 2 unlocked doors, but before I go through them, what I'd like to do is I'd like to show you how to get back to the town, okay? I have some gold. I have 50 gold, and I have no more healing potion. What I want to do is I want the option to go back to town. However, you can only return to town 1 time per level. This is level 1, and once I return to town, I can come back, but I can't leave the level until I get down to level 2 and find the secret entrance up. Well, why can't I go back through the entry? The rules say you have to go through a secret chute that takes you back to the surface. The secret chute is usually found along one of the border walls. And you roll a d6 for every border wall that you find. So I didn't do it down here. I'm going to do it here. And this border wall is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 squares on this wall. So I will roll 6 d6. You roll them. If you roll a 6, you have found the secret chute. I rolled a bunch of 6s. So there is a secret chute right here. And what I do is I put an E on it for secret exit. I don't have to go through it right now. I can go further explore. But I can always backtrack. When you go to the exit, you head back to town. You can sell things, buy things, and when you come back, you have to return through the exit, and when you do, the exit collapses on you. And that means you are left to find the stairs down to level 2, or the next level down, somewhere in all this. I'm not ready to go there yet. I've got 6 health, but if I get down to like 3 or 2, I'm coming back and heading up. So let's go through this north door. I rolled a 6-3, which is this room, but turned on its side. So if I didn't find a chute in this room, I could make this room so it borders this wall, and I could try again. But I've already found it, so it's no big deal. But I'm going to go 6 by 3 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 3.
Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer, and let me interrupt this video for about 30 seconds to let you know about my new Patreon. It's just $2 a month, and all of my patrons get access to all of my videos that normally appear on YouTube, but they get them a week earlier than normal. I also have a number of games that I play privately that only my patrons have access to. In addition, once a week we do a live miniature painting session. You come online with me and we paint and chat. I also do a once a month live chat session. We talk about anything and everything. If this sounds of interest to you, check the video description below. There's a link to my Patreon. like I said, it's just $2 a month. And what those extra funds allow me to do is make more videos. And that's what I want to do. So I hope you'll consider joining me as a patron. And now let's get back to the video.
3. Are there any, how many exits are there? 3 is 1 exit. Well, I'm going to put it here just so that it fits the map and allows me to keep, keep exploring this way. All right, this is going to be room number 4. And let's see what room number 4 is. Page 42. That is a 1-2. A 1-2 is an abandoned guard post. 1-2. Abandoned. I'll just put abandoned post. Is it unique? No. Wooden doors. So there's 1 wooden door here. Is it locked? 5 is only reinforced doors are locked, so it is unlocked. What is in this? The abandoned post says, there is a dusty table here upon which sits a dry tankard. There's a table, maybe some chairs, and an empty bowl. I could take that tankard, which I'm going to do. So I'm going to take it because sometimes you need to be able to hold liquids and things like that. So I might as well have it. Do I want the bowl? Nah. It says beneath the table is a pile of rubbish. Roll on table RUPT 1 plus 1. RUPT 1 plus 1 is rubbish pile, page 27. Now remember, I'm adding 1 to this. Yeah. So page 27, I roll the 2d6 and I add 1. So the rubbish table's right here. I rolled 2, add 1 is 3. You rummage through the pile, but it's covered in a sticky substance, so it is of no use. So far, level 1 is not giving me a lot of loot. I do have some gold, but no treasure, no potions, things like that. I did find armor. I guess I should shut up and not complain. All right, let's go through this unlocked wood door. That is a 3-5. This will be room number 5. So a 3 by 5, 3 this way, 5 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 3. 3 on the X, 5 on the Y. And how many exits? That is no exits. It is a dead end. All right, so we'll have to backtrack down to this unlocked door. So this is a total dead end. And let's roll to see what is in this room. It is a 2-2. This is going to be room number 5. 2-2. And we'll go to page 42. 2-2 is a scuffed up space. Okay. Is it unique? No. It has archways. No, it doesn't, because we rolled. So your number of exit roll always what's the word I'm looking for? It rules out any special exit that is labeled here. Okay. Notice here it says archway, wooden door, reinforced. So it will sometimes tell you what type of door, or it'll tell you random. And if it's random, you have to roll for that. All right, so there is, it is 2-2 scuffed up space. There's I already rolled on it. So there is nothing, hold on. Scuffed up space. You can check the rubbish pile. Roll on table RUPT1 and then roll on I8. So there's another interruption. So we're going to roll on the rubbish pile, which is, I forget what page I just rolled on. You get so many numbers running through your head, you just forget. I don't try to memorize pages. RUPT1 is on page 27. So I'm going to roll first on page 27 for the rubbish. That is a 7. There is a length of twine and leather straps. So I've got some twine and leather straps. And I keep a small notebook. After the game is over, I will transfer all this to my iPad and to this little book that I use just for fast reference. Leather, what was it? Leather straps. All right, then it said I have to roll an IAUPT1 for another interrupt, which is page 36. So I stumbled through the rubbish, but maybe I disturbed something. That is a 12. Ooh. There is a statue of a god in the corner of the room. Roll on GOT1 to identify it. Beneath the god is a place where offerings can be left, and when applied correctly, gain 1 favor point. There is a small pouch and casket. I'm not taking those. Those are left. Those were offerings made. So GOT1. There are 6 gods in this game that can sometimes grant you favors, and they are on page. Where are the gods? GOT1 is on page 15. Okay. So on page 15, GOT1, roll a d6. 1. This is Grakata. There is a shrine. I'll make a note here. Grakata. Now, the God cards are in the back of this book, but those come in this box of game cards. So I'm going to look up Grakata. Here she is. Ooh, she's kind of ugly. Grakata is a good god, though. You like her. The items that I can donate are stone or rock, earth, sand, coal. Anything forged metal gives me +1 favor point, and diamond gives me +2 favor points. I don't have anything stone or earth or sand or coal. Now, you could tell a story and say that the rubbish was nothing but sand, but that's kind of forcing it, right? Now, let's say this bowl back here that I decided not to take it. Maybe it said a stone or clay bowl. Then maybe I could say that's part earth or stone. It's up to you how you want to tell the story. Favor points, let's talk about those. You will track how many favor points you have with a god. At any time, you can call upon favor of a god if you have at least 1 favor point. The way this works is you roll a d6, and if you roll equal to or less than the number of favor points, you can get a favor, and those are listed in one of these books. I think it's this one. But I don't really have a need for it right now. If you don't, you know what, I am going to tell you, because if you don't use the favor point, if it's not successful, you don't lose it. But if you do use it, if the god grants you a favor, then you do lose it. So it says, some items grant you -1 to your favor roll, which means it is possible to roll below 1. Oh, maybe that +1 and +2 is for the favor roll. When you roll below 1, the god appears and grants a gift. Some items grant you -1. Okay. A favor can do blah, blah, blah. The favors are listed on page 30. Okay. Calling for favors happens instantly. And they do not take up a round in combat, so you could call out during combat. As long as you have the object on your person, you may permanently fill one of the, rather than, okay. You may call upon a favor of God once per level. There you go. There it is. Page 31. Once per level, you can do this. You may only use a God-dedicated space once, and only to gain 1 favor point. When you unsuccessfully call, you retain your favor points, but when you successfully call, remove them. So let's do something real quick. It says heal HP up to your baseline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call out for Grakata to heal me back up to 10. I have to roll a 1 or less. Actually, no, I don't have any favor points, so never mind. But if I had rolled a 1, I could take myself back up to 10, but I don't have any favor points. All right, we have to backtrack. So we'll go to this room, and there is an unlocked reinforced door. Let's go through it. That is a 6x2 room. 6 this way, 2 deep. So like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many exits? 3 is 1 exit. I will have that going this way. Like that. All right. What is in this room? I don't know what that is, but that's probably not going to be good. 6. Sometimes the lower the numbers, the worse. Sometimes the higher. I can't remember if it's this one, that the low numbers are bad. 1, 1 on page 43, 42 is an empty space. Oh, okay, it's good. It's an empty space. Now, if I find something later on in the dungeon that is made of stone or earth, I can backtrack to this shrine and make an offering. So I'll put an S to indicate a shrine. The empty space, the room is bare and has been cleared out. It has archways, so this is an archway. It is not unique. The room is quiet. You hear nothing. So there's nothing in this room. Let's keep going. We'll go through this archway. A corridor, 1 by 5. So it's going to go 1 on the X and 5 up. 1, and how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many exits on this corridor? 4 is 2. So I'll put 1 here and leave this one open up top. And remember, it's an archway. They're always archways. So let's go north. That is a double. And so I roll again and add this to it. 5, 3. So this is going to be an 8. Wow. A 9 by 7 room. That's 63 squares. All right, let's do this. 9 by 7. 9 this way. If I start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's shift over just a little bit to add, because remember I said it's 9 by 7, which will be 63. So these 3, and then it'll be 60 more squares. So let's the room goes 1, 2, 3, and then I need 9, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a big room. So that's not quite going to be 63 squares, but you get the idea. It's a big room. How many exits? 4 is 2 exits. So I will put 1 here, and I'll put 1 here. Okay. Oh, and that's interesting. They both go into the same room. It's the only way I could fit it. So just to make it pleasing to the eye, I'm gonna mark that out and solidify it. So it goes into this nice big room here that that I'm gonna roll on. All right. Sorry, I gotta fill it in. And once I start, I have to fill it in. All right. Let's roll for the large room to see what is in here. Now this is going to be room number 7. Plenty of room to explore. So page 40. Roll 2d6 and add them. Level 1, large room. That's a 6. A 6 is a fountain room. It has archways and it's not unique. So these are arches. And there is it's a fountain room. In the center is an ornate fountain. All right, we'll put a fountain here. And there'll be, let's see, with clear bubbling water, okay? F for fountain. It is dedicated to a god and carved in their form. Roll on GOT1. So we'll go back to page 15, was it? 15. Roll a d6. A 5 is Nevezator. Shrine. Nevezator. All right, let's go back to page 40. You can make an offering here. All right, let's look up Nevezator. This guy. Oh, here we go. Sticks, cloth, hemp, rope, glass orbs, or sapphire. Well, remember up here I found some twine and some leather straps. Well, hemp, twine, I'm going to scratch out the twine and I'm going to put Nevezator +1 favor point. Okay, do I want to call on him just yet? I think not. I'm going to keep exploring, but right now I'm out of time. I keep these videos to 30 minutes or less. And we are out of time, so I'll pick up right where I left off in the next video, and we will see where Bryke goes next and what he does. Everyone, thanks for joining me. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. I'll be back very soon with the next episode. Everyone, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.